Hello everybody, welcome back to another video where this is our first time doing this on this channel, but we are going to make shiny predictions for the new Pokemon that were announced. There have been 8 Pokemon announced for Scarlet and Violet, and I threw them into Photoshop and adjusted some of the colors. I'm gonna be honest, I did my best with the coloring. Sometimes there was a little bit off with like the lines, but the coloring was pretty much good overall, and I hope you guys enjoy. Today we're going to start off with Fuecoco. Now, Fuecoco is like a crocodile pepper kind of Pokemon, and the first thing I kind of wanted to try was inverting the colors, which didn't really invert the colors. I got the colors a little wrong. I made the color a little more red than orange, but it looked alright. I was like, I guess I could see Pokemon doing this, but it's not the best. I also tried a little bit of blue, where I made the body blue and I made the tongue blue, and I basically made everything blue and the patch purple. I really like this coloring. I thought it was really well done. And I also tried a little bit of yellow on the body, because yellow bell peppers, or maybe not just bell peppers, but yellow peppers are a thing, and I highlighted it with some blue because I think blue would look great on this shiny. And finally, for Fuecoco, I also tried this black body version. It's very much a black and white shiny, kind of reminiscent of Mr. Rhyme and Mr. Mime from Galar, and I added some blue highlights again because blue looks great on this shiny. Overall, I'd have to say that my favorite of them would probably be the black version, although I think the one that Pokemon would most likely do would be the yellow version. The next Pokemon we have up is Sprigatito. Now, Sprigatito, I just decided to try some autumn colors, so I made it red and made some brown accents, and I thought it looked pretty good, honestly. I kind of like it, but I also kind of wanted to try some things that weren't autumn colors, and I messed around and got a purple color, which I ended up really liking. I love the purple on it. It looks very cute and very cool. And then one more time I tried messing around, and I kind of did the thing that Bulbasaur shiny does, where you kind of inverse the two greens. I made the lime green a little too brighter than the regular Pokemon, but I still think that the shiny could look something like this. My favorite would probably be the purple one, but I could see them doing something more similar to the red one. And to wrap up the starter Pokemon, we have Quaxly, which is probably my choice until we see the final evolutions. I think Quaxly will be my choice, and if I like Fuecoco's better, then I'll go with Fuecoco. But for now, Quaxly is the GOAT. I started off with the common one that I've seen a lot of people use, and made it pink. You make the hat and the feet pink, you make the eyes a little pink, and there you go. You have a great shiny Quaxly. And then I tried some other things out. I made it a little red, and I made the feathers a little tinted red as well, and I thought it looked pretty good. And then finally, I made the duck black and added some yellow tints to the hat and the feet, similar to the bill, and I thought it looked great. I really like the black version. I don't know why, but the Fuecoco and the Quaxly would look really good with black shinies. However, I feel like the most likely choice is going to be the pink Quaxly, just because that's usually what they do with blue water type Pokemon. They turn them pink, and I think that's great. I still think it's a great option, but I would prefer the black one. Next up, we have Pawmi, which is the next Pokemon that they announced recently. And it is the Pikachu clone of this generation. Most likely, I don't think it's been announced, but it's the mouse Pokemon and it's electric type. You can just kind of assume. It looks like it needs an evolution, but who knows? Maybe it'll be the first Pikachu clone to have an evolution. Anyways, I started off with turning it a little blue, you know, blue electricity and all that. It kind of works. And then it ended up looking a lot like Sonic the Hedgehog, in which I was like, oh, that's a little weird. So maybe let's try something else. So I made it more to a red coloring. So I made the body red and accented it with blue instead. And I thought it looked great. I mean, it kind of looks like Knuckles now. I think you can't really get away with the Sonic references at this point. So to get away with the Sonic references, I changed it to a yellow color and made it look a lot like Pikachu. Now, honestly, I think that this is a great shiny. It's weird. It's literally just Pikachu's coloring. They make the tail black or something like that. I could see them doing this. I don't know if they would, but I think it would look great. Personally, I think my favorite is probably the red and blue one, though. Next up, we have my favorite of the new Pokemon that they've announced, and honestly, I think most people's favorites, Lechonk, which is a hog and or pig Pokemon that, oh, it's so cute and it's so lovely. I cannot wait to find it in Scarlet and Violet. Anyways, for the shiny, I decided to start off with a reverse concept, kind of like Sprigatito had, and I decided to make the brown its main body color and the black its face color. And honestly, I think it looks pretty good, although it kind of looks like a pig that maybe rolled around in the mud a lot. However, I feel like we could do some more with it. I decided to do more of like a camo color. Honestly, not my favorite, but I thought it ended up kind of, you know, accurate with like a still a darker color, a greener color is what I ended up with. I also tried inverting the black color and making it white and brightening up the brown color a little bit so that it kind of matches the light color, and I made the little thing under the eye blue. Most of these I pretty much didn't mess with the snout. I don't think the snout's going to make a huge difference, but honestly the white coloring didn't look too bad. I just feel like they wouldn't do it. And finally, we have one that they definitely would not do, but I messed around a little too much and I got a light blue and yellow, kind of gross but awesome looking shiny that I really liked. I brightened up the snout a little bit, and it's just like a bunch of neon colors, and it's kind of a mess, but I kind of really like it, so I decided to include it. The next Pokemon we are going to be looking at is Smoliv, which looks a lot like Budew and a Budew regional variant or something of the sort, so I decided to start from there. I took Budew's shiny and transferred it into Smoliv, and we got this purple olive and purple leaves, and I thought, hey, you know what, that looks pretty good. I could totally see them doing something like this. But they don't want to copy Budew, so I tried something else. I tried making the bottom a blue and keeping the olive pretty similar, maybe a little bit greener, a little bit brighter green, and then I kept the purple, and I thought, hey, this looks great. I don't know if they do it, but this looks great. And then I also tried to think in my mind what kind of olives there are. They have black olives, so I tried turning the olive into a dark black and then decided to make the rest of it maybe autumn colors. I don't know if it looks great, but I think that this is something they could do. Personally, I think they're more likely to do the bluer version, but who knows. And finally, we are going to talk about the box legends for Scarlet and Violet, who I am very, very excited about. For Koraidon, I decided to mess around with the colors. It was a little difficult to mess around with them because there were so many of them, but I think we came up with some great solutions. For the first shiny speculation for Koraidon, I decided to put Miraidon's colors on top of it. Game Freak seems to like to mix and match Pokemon, especially legends that are very similar with their shinies, so I decided to throw those on, and I thought it looked pretty good. I'm pretty proud of it. I also tried a oranger, yellower, brighter color of Koraidon, and I thought it looked great. I accented it with some greens and I added some maroon colors in there, and I personally really like this version. However, I think that my favorite would probably be the green version that I made up for the Pokemon. For this green version, I decided to make the feathers more pinkish purplish because I thought it accented well. I like the way that purple and green goes together. I added some dark blue because green and blue are very close together. And I made sure that the greens were on a spectrum of green so that you could see darker and lighter green, and I thought it ended up being really cool. Personally, I think that Game Freak will most likely go with the purple version. That are the colors for Miraidon. Now, switching over to our final Pokemon, we have Miraidon, which is probably my favorite of the two legendaries. I really like the robotics on it. So of course I had to do the same thing with Miraidon. I put Koraidon's colors on top of it, and I thought it came out really, really nice. And that's why I think this one and Koraidon's purple are going to be the actual shinies for their Pokemon. But we also need to look at some other versions, so I tried some other stuff out. I tried making it a little yellow, and it turned out to be a little more green and yellow, and it kind of looks kind of gross, but I could also kind of see it happening, and I don't think it looks all that bad. For the last shiny speculation, I decided to put green on Miraidon, just like I did on Koraidon since I liked that one so much. And honestly, I really like how the pink and the green come together and make something very cool. It kind of reminds me of Dragonite shiny, which is a little controversial to some people, but I personally like it. So I really like this shiny. But again, I think the red version is what they will end up with. So here are all the new Pokemon and what they actually look like. Here's what I think the shinies are going to look like. And here are some of my personal favorites that I made up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed, please do so. This is a video that I decided to do, and I wasn't sure if you guys would like it, but I personally have always wanted to do it, so I'm very happy that I was able to make it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye!